Now, you might remember a story from 2022 about a small startup with big plans to rethink the way we consume dairy. Daisy Labs' aim is to make dairy products with the same taste and mouthfeel as cow's milk, but without any cow input at all. Their trick is a technique called precision-fermentation, and co-founder Emily McIsaac explained it to me back then.
Precision fermentation is basically where you take a microorganism, a microbiological host, and you ask it to produce a particular protein. So in this case, we're asking it to produce bovine or cow's milk identical proteins, so things like casein and whey. We insert a small piece of DNA that encodes for this protein that we're wanting it to produce. And then basically it is like fermentation as we know it for traditional products like beer, except instead of gobbling up sugars and making ethanol, our microorganism is making that protein that we've asked it to produce. We then extract the protein out and we can use these proteins to reformulate them into dairy identical products.
Products like ice creams, yogurts and cheese. Now, there's plenty of vegan or dairy-free alternatives out there already, but Emily says taste is the key.
The alternatives that are currently on the market obviously don't contain any dairy proteins. So they don't have your whey proteins, they don't have your casein proteins. And whey and casein that come from cow's milk provide dairy products with the characteristic texture, taste, nutritional profile that we as consumers know and love. The current alternatives don't have any of that. We're providing a dairy identical protein, so a whey protein or a casein protein that we can reformulate into cheeses, milks, ice creams to give them the same texture, the same taste and the same nutritional profile as traditional dairy. We just haven't had to get our proteins from a cow.
So how soon could we see some food products on the shelves?
We're still probably a good couple of years away from seeing these products on the supermarket shelves. But yeah, we've made huge progress in the last couple of months. So if we can continue forward at the same trajectory, you never know.
Well, it's been about 18 months, and while Daisy Lab products haven't yet shown up on supermarket shelves, they do have something to show off. A week ago, Daisy Lab held an invitation-only event at their lab in Auckland to show off some prototype products. And Justin Gregory was there. Now, Justin's with us. What was on offer?
Some good stuff on offer, Sally, I promise you. And we'll get to that. And I also spoke to Emily McIsaac and asked her for an update on where Daisy Lab was at.
18 months ago, we were dreaming of this day. We had achieved expression of dairy identical proteins in the lab, but this was very small expression. We've since moved into our own lab space. We were previously renting bench space. We now have our very own lab space, and we have a suite of fermenters which we are using to produce dairy identical proteins.
Now, just a reminder, dairy identical means that these are completely synthesized proteins made in the lab by Emily. They are so close to real dairy proteins that people who are allergic or intolerant, you probably shouldn't try them, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. Even though they are now in the shape of food that you definitely recognise and definitely want to try.
Tonight we have, for sampling, we've got some ice cream, some yogurt, we've got some cheeses as well. What we're really focusing on scaling up at the moment is beta-lactoglobulin, which is a whey protein. So it's better suited for things like soft cheeses, but mostly ice creams, yogurts, sports and nutrition. Where we see this technology having real impact is not necessarily in the kind of high-value niche consumer products, but it's actually in a silent ingredient. You know, when you flip over a chocolate bar and it says milk powder, no one knows that it's come from clean green New Zealand and, you know, organic whole milk. It's just milk powder. No one knows the process that it's been all stripped down and then shipped overseas and then built into this biscuit. So we see having the biggest impact is actually targeting those kind of commodity markets. In the meantime, we obviously want to get the word out about this protein. We want to share it with consumers. We think vegan and non-vegan alike. It allows particularly non-vegans that don't want to compromise on taste and texture that they're so used to with dairy products. It kind of offers a solution to them to say, yeah, try this product that has the flavour profile you like, it has the texture you like, but it hasn't had to come from a cow.
So how long until people can buy some, Justin?
I asked, and Emily said if she was feeling optimistic, she'd say maybe
18 months?
18 months, yeah. Daisy Lab now want to raise funding to move to the next stage with a custom-built facility so they can start producing at scale. Now, they're hopeful that their product's price point will be comparable with dairy products from cows, but as we've said, the real comparison is going to be made in the mouth of the consumer. In short, does it taste like dairy?
Yeah, so does it?
You're about to find out. I stepped out of the party to share some cheese and crackers with Irina Miller. She's the CEO and one of the co-founders of Daisy Lab, along with Emily McIsaac and Dr. Nikki Freed. And alongside us was also their cheesemaker, or curdologist, Cheryl Reynolds.
Okay, so you have a ash camembert, which has got a base of cashew and miso and precision-fermented whey added as an added ingredient. It's taken about 7 weeks to cultivate into the food that it is today. It's been turned every day. And beside it, you have a cashew blue, which is the alternative vegan blue cheese that vegans go to. And this one has added Daisy Lab precision fermented whey added to it as a added ingredient.
And is the process of making it pretty much the same as making ordinary cheese?
Absolutely. It's very much the same as making an ordinary vegan cheese with a whey as an added ingredient. I did a taste test with the other cheese that you haven't got here.
Oh, really? A blind taste test?
A blind taste
right.
test. And I made the vegan, pure vegan. It's with tofu and coconut and loads of nuts and drop of Grand Marnier and some fruit. And I did exactly the same with the precision fermented whey. 100% everyone that tasted it just preferred it for the creamy mouthfeel and the fullness of it. It's a delicious additive.
Well, look, we have some cheese in front of us. We've just been talking about. Can you join me? Shall we try some, please?
Shall we?
All right. So what are we carving up here?
We're carving up the ash cashew camembert, which is it's got a layer of ash in between. If you can see, there's a line of ash, and it's got the white bloomy mold around it. So if you'd like to take a little taste of this.
Thank you. And if you guys want to try it.
And you would like to.
I'll just do it like that.
Okay.
And I'll do it like
there
that.
There we go.
How does that taste to you?
That's fabulous. That's really good. Thank you. And how about for you? Your first taste of it?
I love it. I mean, I'm a vegan, so I don't eat dairy cheese at all, so this is amazing.
And it's the creaminess, isn't it?
It's
the creaminess, the mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just goes so this has got miso in it, cashew, and all the molds that go into making a traditional camembert, plus the precision fermented whey, and it just gives it that extra just beautiful creamy richness.
The skin on it is absolutely amazing. The white mold around it.
Okay, and now the blue.
And this is blue. And are you a blue cheese lover? Some people love it. Some
blue
people,
cheese lover. Yeah.
Okay. So it was interesting seeing how the blue cheese performed, because I have a control cheese for each of the cheeses that I've made, and the blue cheese that is with precision fermented whey has just a different colour and a different sort of texture. So it was really interesting watching how they matured over the last 2 months in the cheese cave.
In the cheese cave. All right, well, please, after you.
Oh, yeah, that's a very good blue cheese. Wow.
It's delicious again.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, look.
What fun.
Sounds like the precision-fermented wholly vegan cheese passed the Justin Gregory taste test. So did it taste dairy identical?
It sure did, Sally.
Looking forward to trying it myself. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you.